Hello, my name's James, and today I'm going to tell you that Esperanto lives and why it's perfect for you as a dungeon master. So, I've been a dungeon master since I was 12 years old. Here's my second edition Dungeon Master's Guide. I'm now a Dungeon Master for 5th edition. And when I say Dungeon Master, this would also work for other games like Numenera, for example. So, the question is, you've got a game and you want to represent other languages. What do you do? Well, of course, first of all, you can do ridiculous accents and pretend to speak with a French accent, or you can speak with a German accent. Maybe German could represent, I don't know, a language like Dwarven or something, I don't know. But that only goes so far, because obviously your players can understand you, and what do you do if you want them to not understand? You can use Google Translate, but Google Translate, you'll only be able to do text, you can't do very much live dialogue. So, as far as I can see, you've got 3 choices. Choice number 1, use a real language. Now this is fine if you speak a real language already which your players do not speak. Great, perfect, job done. 2 problems. One, if your players actually do speak the language. For example, where I live I could use Russian, but all of my players would speak Russian, so that would also not do the job if I wanted them not to understand. Secondly, you could learn a real live language. Now, I'm not sure if you've tried to do this. It took me 5 years of hard study and practice to learn Russian. So if you have 5 years free, go ahead. Otherwise, maybe not the most practical option for your game. Option 2, learn an awesome fantasy constructed language like Elven or Dothraki. Fantastic, do it. Have you tried? I've tried, I've given up. There's 2 problems with learning those languages. One is that they are often super hard to learn, like for example with Elven, and secondly, they don't cover everything you could ever want to say. They're limited to the output of the original authors, or maybe of fans who have later developed it, but still they don't have a full range of expression. So even if you took the trouble to learn Elven or Dothraki, you wouldn't necessarily be able to say everything you wanted to say. So, option number 3, Esperanto. Esperanto is a constructed language. It's been around for almost 150 years, and it was designed to be super easy for at least speakers of European languages to learn. And I can tell you that this is true. It took me maybe 2 or 3 months of just 10 minutes a day on Duolingo to learn it. You can learn it more quickly. There are stories of people learning it in like half an hour or a day, or it can be done. But anyway, it is much, much easier than learning a natural language or a fantasy constructed language. How can you use it in your game? Well, I'm going to start a D&D campaign very soon, and I'm planning to use it in 2 ways. One, to represent the language of the enemy invaders who are coming in, and 2, to represent the ancient language of the world where the characters are. Why is that the same language? They must discover this. The great thing is, I've learnt in a very short time. I can do dialogues, I can write texts, I can very quickly create materials for my game. Also, just to say, the Esperanto community is very active online. You can get a lot of help to learn it. It's really not a problem. Apart from Duolingo, there's various video courses, there's people who video blog in Esperanto regularly, and there are actually people out there who want to roleplay in Esperanto. I've not quite got around to doing that yet, but it's also an option. So, DMs, GMs, if you're looking for a real language to use in your game, which doesn't take long to learn, I recommend Esperanto.